This is NewsBreak26 in Southwest New Brunswick. I'm Vicki Hogarth. Here's what's happening in our part of the world. For nearly 2 weeks, Manan Island resident James Doull has been living out of his truck in Ottawa, and he says he's in it for the long haul.
This truck that I'm sitting in here now, it's loaded down. I could stay in here for 3 months and easily eat.
Doull is one of many New Brunswickers who have traveled to Canada's capital to take part in what is being dubbed the Freedom Convoy, a demonstration that was originally started to demand an end to the vaccine mandate for truckers crossing the U.S.-Canada border. The movement has evolved into a protest against provincial and federal COVID-19 restrictions, with thousands of demonstrators from across Canada descending upon the nation's capital and refusing to leave until their demands are met.
Support is unreal up here. I mean, it's nonstop, people knocking on the window, offering things, any kind of resource that you would ever need, food, water, hygiene, anything you need, blankets, socks. I mean, the support is unreal, and the crowd is, I'd say, humongous this week, and it is so much bigger than last week.
On Friday, the protest took a major financial blow when GoFundMe announced that they plan to return $9 million in donations raised on their platform to fund protesters' travel expenses due to what they perceive as unlawful activity, with GoFundMe insisting they have reason to believe that the protest has now devolved into an occupation.
Give it up for these truckers!
It fell under their Term 8 section of privacy and policy for violent protesting, but there's none of that. It's been nothing but peaceful here. Hasn't affected us one bit. We've started another campaign, and that campaign is already growing so fast. But even just the local support that you get here on the streets to a day-to-day basis is amazing. I mean, people are handing out money.
The protesters are also facing a lawsuit from residents of Ottawa who say their lives and businesses have been disrupted by the convoy. But Doull says there are also many locals who are supportive, with the group even doing laundry for demonstrators who are living out of their trucks.
It's a church group, and they put it all together, and it's a secure way of doing it as well. They have data sheets that they collect the driver's information. They hand them a slip. The driver keeps the slip. Bags are all numbered. It's unreal the way people are supporting us up here.
St. Andrews resident David Maxwell was also at the protest in Ottawa this past weekend.
The amount of New Brunswick flags I saw there was just amazing. I saw people from Petitcodiac, mostly people from Charlotte County though, Manan in particular. It was great to see them out supporting, but it's not just New Brunswick flags that are there. It's flags from British Columbia, flags from Newfoundland, flags from Ontario, Quebec, Nunavut, and even from America. The amount of people there is really impressive.
Maxwell returned home to go to work in St. Stephen this week, but plans to drive back to Ottawa with a friend again this weekend.
I'm gonna drive back for 13 hours and hopefully, well, I hope it's over by then. Hopefully their demands have been met and everybody can go home happy.
There's also a handful of protests planned in New Brunswick once again this weekend, including another one in Charlotte County scheduled for Saturday, February 12th, that will begin in Penfield. This comes at a time when Canada's Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Theresa Tam, says it's time for Canada to start transitioning into learning to live with COVID-19. New Brunswick Premier Blaine Higgs says he's meeting with public health officials and cabinet this week and plans to unveil a timeline to loosen COVID-19 restrictions in the coming days. That's all the news I have for you. For more stories and live-streamed COVID-19 updates for the province, follow us on Facebook at CHCO.TV.
A news and public affairs production of CHCO-TV, New Brunswick's only source for independent community television.